feels like we could make something happen that ain't ever happened before. Let's never get bored of each other, and let's always want more of each other. They lay on the floor with each other, amazed by how right it felt. They smiled and they caught their breath, and they thought of nothing else. They lay there silent, not touching, she's crying, backs to each other and he's sighing. 3 days straight fighting, I can't bear your self-importance. I don't like you when you're like this. You haven't even kissed me for days. How can I want to kiss you when all your lips say is how shitty I'm being and how little I care? What are we doing this for? I can't bear any more of your bitching. They sat there in the kitchen, they didn't look at each other, they just stared at the walls and their heads in their hands, and the coffee pot falls to the floor. Now he is angry and smashing up tables. He was thinking,
if I love you like I say, I would not treat you this way. If I love you like I think, I would not make such a stink. If this is what we have both hoped, I don't think I feel so choked. If I want more, how can I get it? I'm only staying cause I'm scared. If I leave, I'll regret it.
he is at home, Becky is at work. He stares out the window, trying not to let it hurt. He folds up the wash and he watches a bit of telly, and he makes himself some dinner, but he can't eat any. He knows it's her job and that she is working hard, but the thought of what she does kinda rips him apart. And every time they talk about it, it just turns into a row. She says, if you trust me, I don't see how this can be a problem, and he can't find the words to say. I don't want your hands on another man's vertebrae. He don't have a leg to stand on, he ain't earning, and she's got rent to pay and books to buy. She is determined to support herself, but he looks at his girlfriend and feels like he is in love with the world when she rips into pieces every night and every morning. He finds himself doubting things that used to be important. He drifted with his mates and he lost contact with his brother. All they really had now was each other. Eventually he gave in, he said, if you think it's right, then go ahead and work, but please don't work tonight. Then she said, if you love me like you say, you would not push me away. If you love me like you think, you would not make such a stink. If this is what we have both hoped, I don't think that we feel so choked. If we want more, how can we get it? You're only staying cause you're scared. If you leave, you'll regret it. If you love me like you say, you would not treat me this way. If you love me like you think, you would not make such a stink. If this is what we have both hoped, I don't think that we feel so choked. If I want more, how can I get it? You're only staying cause you're scared. If you leave, you'll regret it.